If you want to take your flower arranging up a notch, there's no harm in using a jam jar or a mason jar, but what you need to invest in is one of these special little grid lids. They come in two sections and slide together, and then it's just a screw top action, and there you've got yourself the perfect flower arranging vase. You can buy the containers and lid all in one, or you can also buy the lids separately. And what I've been doing is hunting around the charity shops looking for the perfect sized jars. So you might know this as mason jars, I know them more commonly as kilner jars, and sometimes you get them with the little handles on the side. The first thing you need to think about when you're using a jar is having a jam jar or a vase is really clean. So because this is glass, I can wash it in really hot soapy water, but what I actually do is I put it through my dishwasher when I'm washing up the rest of my dirty dishes. The next thing is to decide whether or not you want to add flower food. Now the trick to getting your flowers to last longer is actually how clean your vase is. You don't want any bacteria in there turning your water sour and then shortening the life of your flowers. But you may want to add flower food. So the sachet of flower food I've got that came with my flowers I bought this week says to make up to 1 litre of water. So how much is 1 litre of water? Well, you'll need to find yourself a measuring jug. So I've got an old Pyrex measuring jug here, and it says it's a 1 pint jug, and on the side it says that's half a litre. So I would need 2 jugs this size to make up the right solution, the right concentrate of the solution of flower food according to the instructions on the back of the packet. And you can imagine that 1 litre of flower food is going to overflow from your jar. So you'd need to make up your flower food to the correct solution and then be prepared only to use the amount of water that you needed to fill your vase up. Don't be tempted to fill your vase up and then put all the flower food in, because you'll find that it's too strong, and actually rather than keeping your flowers lasting fresher for longer, it may well hasten their decline. And then the next job is to get arranging, and the easiest way to do this is to cut your stems and do a cut and plonk. So just go slowly and carefully. Pick up each flower stem, measure it up against your vase to see how tall it needs to be, and then strip off any leaves that will be inside the vase, because you don't want them falling into your water and going rotten. You'll know when that happens, because number one, your water won't be crystal clear anymore. It goes a foggy kind of colour. It looks like pond water, and if you sniff it, it smells absolutely disgusting. So you'll only make that mistake once. Make sure that you've got what florists and flower arrangers call clean stems inside your vase, and then just get arranging. And because you've got the grid there, it'll keep everything nicely in position, and you won't find your flowers sort of slopping across to one side of your vase. And then you'll end up with something a bit like this. So these were flowers that are left over from one of my Zoom flower classes. So they were just sitting in the bucket looking really unloved. And by putting them in a vase, it makes it more purposeful. And now I can enjoy them for another few days. So if you're going to dig out your mason jar and buy a special grid, I'll leave a link to it in the notes underneath the video. I'd love to see your finished arrangements. I've got a fabulous free Facebook group, and I'll leave a link to that in the description underneath the video. It's called Flower Start World if you want to search for it. Or you can tag me on Instagram. I'm at flowerstart with an underscore at the end, and you can use the hashtag flowerstart. That's all from me for now, and I'll see you again next time.